Good morning, Joel. Happy Saturday. Sorry, trying to fix the light. Gosh, I was pretty stoned last night. I don't know what the hell that is. I think it was really cold, too. What the hell? It's funny, sometimes I have to go back through and fix everything that I did the night before when I was feeling ballsy. Yeah, that's gonna look rad! Wait a second, maybe I should be opening my eyes when I draw. Nah. It's just my style. What, blindism? Yeah, but that's kind of racist when you say it like that. Yeah, you got a point. Just kidding. I wish that there was like drugs that were stronger than coffee. Like just drugs that really just got you going, you know? Just really just got you going and feeling good. Coffee just I mean, I like coffee, but it really just doesn't get me bouncing off the walls and ending up in the ER the way I want. And I have like a really good relationship right now with my family, so maybe I should. It's like I really want to try some hard drugs. I don't see the problem. Everybody else is like, just say no, and I say, just sharing is caring. I think I lost a subscriber because they commented on one of my videos, and they said stop messing around, and it was just like not a video. I mean, I have a missing front tooth. Is that just like the sign that I'm on meth or something? Like the end all be all? Because if so, I'll put some cotton in there or something, and just to hide it, because I don't want people knowing that I'm on meth. Actually, I couldn't care less, but because I don't look at drugs the way other people do. But that being said, why you got me? Oh, it's just it's just old. It just gets old when people all they do is comment on like say somebody come into your video and somebody's bald and they're like "Psh, baldy. It's just like doesn't it's just the weirdest stupid. Well, that's not true because they're actually bald. I'm actually not on meth, so I had this tooth knocked out of my fucking face by a fist, not by meth. For you trolls in the way back. God, it's just such a weak thing too. When somebody posts like a video that they like, spent some time on, they think they're gonna get some laughs, and then somebody's like, "You're dumb. you're on drugs." It's like, mm-hmm. Okay. Everybody that you know is on drugs too, buddy. You just take it easy. Straight edge. I'm just in a mood today. Yesterday was like really, 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 really busy at work, and I was all by myself all day, and I was just anxious as a motherfucker all goddamn day. And now I'm quickly being reminded of why I do not like customer service. Because it's not even the fact that people are mean to you, but it's the potential and like the fact that every customer coming in just can like own you to a degree, because when you're by yourself, you're at the whim of the customers, and they can say and do it. They feel like they can say and do whatever they want, and it's a really weird psychological thing. But thankfully, I work for people that don't expect me to put up with that kind of stuff, and I won't put up with that kind of stuff. If somebody's giving me a hard time, I'm not gonna roll over like I used to at the other shops I used to work at. But I definitely choose my battles. Because I'm still a customer, and I know what it's like to have questions and ask questions the right way and not be like a pretentious prick about stuff. I guess it is the day after Black Friday, so this actually has some relevance. But yeah, I also just I don't like working alone. I like working with somebody and somebody there to have my back, and I can have somebody else's back. And the shops are really small, so I understand why there's only one. But it's just all day long, man. Like 9.5 hours by yourself is kind of like, well, maybe it's just the kind of thing that my brain doesn't want right now. Like maybe a long time ago I would have been happy with this kind of position, but now I feel like I'm regressing, like I'm going backwards. What's I doing? I want to work on this face right here, but it's so dark. I'm gonna bring the phone down. There we go. Hope everybody's not super dizzy after that. I can push the table back a little bit. See this little face right here? I drew that nose upside down. I've never drawn a nose upside down before. So this is a special drawing just because of that one little reason. And it's that nose in case anybody ever asks. Just remember, it's that nose right there in this ocean, endless ocean of art before you. I don't know if Joel is still there, but hey, Joel, if you are still there, when you and I do go live, how would you be able to do? Is it too loud to be working on the kiln while you're going? I mean, not while you're going live with yourself, obviously, but not when you're with me. Would you be able to talk and hear me and stuff like that? If we were to have conversations, I'm like gearing up to go live. I have the next few days off after today. I like this song a lot. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. This is my friend Sleepy Seahorse. I finished my Matrix parody yesterday. I just finished it really quick. I was gonna add more stuff, but then I'm like, no, I just want to get it done and over with so I can move on to other things. So now there's a playlist for my little Matrix parody if anybody ever wants to watch it. The Fight Club one, I could seriously do like a parody of the Fight Club in art, in a creative, artistic sensibility to it. Like, make it about art and artists, how I did like with Art Club. I could make a full-on movie, like a feature film, out of how many ideas I had for that. I recorded like hours of footage, but the original cut of my Art Club movie was like 45 minutes. And that was like, I still had cut a bunch of stuff out of it. God, I would love to just do that. It's crazy to have so many ideas and to think like, you know, you'll never be able to do them all. Or even like a fraction of them all. And I've tried and tried and tried, and it's like the harder I try, the more I'm ignored by the world. I don't know if that happens to other people like other artists and things, but even in like Boise, I felt ostracized by my community, and I was like pretty popular there. But that's also because people tie politics into rock and roll and shit like that, and I think that's ridiculous. As far as choosing a side goes, I feel like you should fight the power, not join the power. Too many artists these days join the power. Like the little cowards they are. Can't think for themselves. Don't want to be looked at as the bad guy by the people that hate you anyways. No matter what you wear, no matter what you look like, what you sound like, what you smell like. And I swear, this beginning intro is a straight up riff off of the Micho Milk Hotel song, Joey. I know it's possible, and motherfucker doesn't even follow me or, like, care about it. But he's bought, like, pretty much all my albums, so... He just completely ignores me on social media. Even though I, like, draw to his music all the fucking time. But I guess that's not the point. But he's the biggest whiner when it comes to this kind of shit too. He's like, nobody loves me. It's like, dude, I love you. But you just never, like, notice. That's the thing with me. It's like, plenty of people love me. I used to think I was so alone. But I was just selfish. I'm still just trying to figure out how to get this camera closer to the screen. These stupid, just can't win. I can do this though. Get a little bit closer to you. There we go. Okay, gotcha, Joel. I just read your comment. I could probably do that. That's probably what people do anyways, huh? Is when they do like when they have people join them or whatever. Probably recommend headphones. It's a good idea. It's just kind of crazy to me still too to have like a really great job, and I'm really lucky to have it and work with these people. But now I'm just like having all these like anxieties and worries and like, I mean, it's a full-time job, so I feel like I'm just, you know, gonna be stretching myself thin even more now, and I'm not gonna be able to get anything done. And it's just kind of like wearing on me, because I just can't sit still long enough to like do things that I need to do either. I procrastinate a lot because all I want to do is this, you know. All I want to do is create, because I'm just trying to keep building and building, hoping that someday some magical fucking thing happens where some guy's like, "How about I give you a $50,000 to make art and a movie or something?" I don't even know. It's just like that's ever. I have rich friends and they don't even fucking give a shit about me. Like, as far as this shit goes, like they're in the like in this world too, and they still don't even like. It's hard to talk about this kind of stuff without sounding petty or like, but every once in a while I just wonder, like, what is it gonna take for me to break through and like actually make this like my I mean, I feel like I've been waiting my entire life for. I'm just confused. Plus, it's like I have things that I need to be working on. There's a mural in Atascadero that I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't even know how to talk to him because I don't know how to price a mural. So I'm just stuck, and so I don't talk to him. I don't communicate. I just shut down, and I get all sad and depressed because I don't know how to talk about money when it comes to art. But that's what I want to do for a living. But I don't know how to research it. I don't know how to think about it. I don't even want to talk about money when it comes to art. I fucking hate money. But I love it. If anybody wants some, you know, extra buck two, send my way. Well, buckaroo. It just ruins everything. Everything it touches. And it's just the thought of it completely keeps me from doing things that I need to be doing. Fucking crazy, man. I went like 9 years with wisdom teeth in my head that were going in and out, in and out, in and out, up and down of my gums, torturing me for 9 fucking years because I couldn't afford to go and get teeth pulled in this goddamn stupid ass country that everybody raves about. Oh, isn't it great? Land of the free? Well, you can have nothing for free in this country. Wait, but you just said it was land of the free. Yeah, but not for you. Not even for me, but we just like saying that around here, hunka-dong-day. She's like, what the fuck? Stupid ass people. Don't even know what they deserve. I'd rather hate my neighbor and just complain about the country not being free because it was once free. When was that? What? When was it once free? Free. Well, I think it was a month back in 1981 when we could collect rainwater without the government getting involved. I like the jar. I've said this before too, but I think I even said this last night. How I just feel like I don't have any real life friends at all. I have no friends down here where I live. I've tried in this community. I've tried with queers. I've tried with steers. I've tried with leers and deers. But no, nobody will have me. No rockers, no punks, no fucking nobody. But the only community that I've been building and like people that show me respect, I can't believe how much respect I get is on YouTube. And it's not that I can't believe it. It's just astonishing to me that people here on in my chat will come and hang out with me more than people in my real life. And I guess that's just something for me to figure out. And again, people, I understand that people grow and they change and you know, a lot of my friends have kids and stuff, you know, but some of my friends will be like, they were mad that I was leaving Portland. They were like, "You're leaving? I gotta see you before I go." And I just wrote this thing and I said on Facebook and social media saying, "Hey, if I haven't seen you or talked to you in 3 years that I lived in Portland for 4 years, and one of my best friends claims that, oh, I love you like a brother, man. You're like my brother. I love you." But he never came to fucking see me. Even in my darkest hour, he never came to see me. And he has 2 kids, and he never even introduced me to his kids. So it's just like, how close are we, man? And he got so mad that I was like, dude, we don't have to say bye. He's like, I've got to see you before you go. And I'm like, why? Like, you don't have to. I didn't mean it in a mean way either. I'm just like, you don't have to, man. Don't feel obligated. It's cool. I haven't seen you in 3 years. We've lived across town from each other for 3 years now. I've tried to see you. You totally dissed me. And then you lived your life. And we're still friends, but we're not best friends like we maybe once were. And I think that's okay. But then he's still a man child, and he couldn't get. I'm leaving Portland. I'm on like drugs. I'm all fucked up in the head. I want to die. All this stuff, and then like one of my old friends is telling me how big of a piece of shit I am because I don't want to say hi to him before I leave Portland. When it's the most stressful thing in the world for me to say bye to anybody ever. I hate saying bye, so I'll just like leave and I won't say shit. It's the most stressful thing saying goodbye to people like in that way. So I just won't do it. And he gave me shit. Even though I put out this disclaimer, I'm like, hey, I still love you, everybody, but like, if I haven't seen you in 3 years, let's not make it a big deal. I am leaving, blah, blah, blah. And he made it a huge, horrible deal. And it was like, I was thinking about it on the road, like how on the way down here. And I don't know. I'm a pretty sensitive dude, you know? So it's like he has no idea how much I was thinking about him up there and how much I felt like my friends had abandoned me. Like my best friends had abandoned me. And still to this day, like I feel somewhat abandoned by them because of what I've been doing with my life. My life has completely changed, and they still act like I'm this fucking wretched little creature to not be touched or talked to. All my friends are actors, artists, musicians, and none of them talk to me. But then when I see them, they'll be like, "Dude, my God, what's up? What have you been up to?" So I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? What is social media good for if your best friends don't even know what you're doing with your life?" You know what I mean? Like, especially when this is what I do 24/7, besides working full-time jobs and breaking my fucking body for jobs that don't give a fuck about you. Jobs that don't give a fuck about you. That's right, because corporations can fucking vote. So corporations are people. And then they're pretty soon, the next 20, 30 years, they're gonna make cyborgs and robots, give them the ability to vote. And they're gonna become people. And everybody's gonna be thinking it's so cute. Till they come to your door in the middle of the night with robot dogs, looking for robot cookies. In the robot dark. It's coming, friends. It's coming. Most interesting thing too, it'd be so easy to kill humans if robots took over, because all they'd have to do is poison the water. All they'd have to do is poison the water. Hear that, robots? Some free advice. Can learn from humans in that way. Isn't that how like they broke down the walls of Jericho or like, oh no, was it one of those big? They did this all the time back in the day, but they would throw like plague-ridden bodies into like behind castle walls. They would like, you know, pole vault them or whatever you call it, pole vault. And then like inside the walls, the people would get sick and get the plague, and then they would just go in and kill everybody because everybody was sick and they could just take it. They were already sick or they were dying or dead. And it wouldn't take long for robots to figure out what are, just like in Matrix, you know, which I think is funny now because all they had to do was poison the water. Robots don't need water. And if they do need water for like hydration or cooling things down, they don't need it to be pure, you know. I'm just this is really dark. This would be like a good, maybe it is a movie. Who knows? It is interesting though in a few books that I've read about alien invasions how there is a water. Usually they would come for like our resources, and water is one of them. It's a huge, huge thing. And like I said, it doesn't have to be clean for them to want it. Right now I'm talking about aliens, not cyborgs. Just so we're on the same page. That'd be funny if the next election the Democrats are like running like a robot. How dare you talk about you're a robotist. You're a robotist. Then the robot on the right, he's like, I will give you everything you want. I will tell you everything you want to hear. Just vote for me. And everybody's gonna be like, oh, he really tells it like it is. I don't know why I talk like JFK. I'm just gonna finish this little mouth here. What's today, Sabado? Well, I don't understand what you're after, little nibble. You already had your little biscuits. You don't want to sit on my lap. You never do. You cold? Why don't you get over here and hang out? You can sit on my lap. Or you can just show me your little butt. You know? That's apparently what you like to do. It's not time to eat. My cat is hungry, I think. But it's not time to eat yet. She thinks it is, but it's not. On a brighter note, thank God, the gentleman Patrick from Phantom Stranger Records wrote me back, and we're gonna meet up sometime. I'm gonna ask him if we can meet up Tuesday. I think he said they were closed Monday. This is a great song too. And we're gonna talk about my movie idea. I do have an idea for a movie that would be really easy and cheap to make, and it would be really fun. And I think it would be potentially, has potential anyways to be something. But I need funding for it, because I would need to take time off work so I could develop this idea that I have. And to get into characters, so to speak. I'm going dangerously close to that one right there. I think I'm safe. What is it, baby? Well, get over here. Hope everybody's Saturday is going swell so far. This guy literally takes the words right out of my mouth. He is such a fucking good lyricist. It is insane that he is just an unknown musician. Like, it is mind-boggling to me how good his lyrics are. And the music, he makes all this music himself, and like this is an old one too. This is from like 2014 or 2015. It's like I never really like I listened to it in Idaho, but I just never really. It's like I've said this before, like with White Man Can't Jump, when Wesley Snipes and Whittier like talking, he's like, you can hear, wait, you can listen to Jimmy, but you can't hear Jimmy. It's like out there, I was listening to his music, but I wasn't really hearing it. Of course, I wouldn't have hung out with him or like had him on my music or because he played trumpets on a few of my songs and things like that. But I obviously had a respect for him because of the way that he made music. He was similar to me. He made it all himself and in like a little teeny room, like the size of like an extended closet. The- His words are just really good. And I don't care what it is. It could be country, it could be rap, it could be K-rap, it could be Idaho indie music. I don't care. It could, as long as it has a nice beat and good lyrics. I'm down. So the other day, somebody came on here and they were like, I don't know. I imagine because of my fingernails, they said something like, "Am I emo?" I'm not even sure what emo means, or I thought I did once, but I don't even know what it means anymore. But I said I like right away. I said no, I'm not emo. I'm Cremo, and I went into this like little skit about like Cremo, and I didn't even know what the hell Cremo. I just made it up on the spot. But then last night I was in the grocery store looking for shaving products and looking over some stuff, perusing, as one does. And I saw freaking this thing called Cremo, and it was, I imagine it's called Cremo, you know, Cremo, for you bad Italian speakers out there. It's called Creme. Um, but it's a really violent way of saying creme. I'm pretty much coughing up a lung every time I do that, so I'm not going to do that anymore because I only have two lungs and I can't spare them unless somebody has money. I have some in my fridge. If anybody wants an extra lung, I got one or two. Just hit me up. There you go. Well, I have to work today, Joel. Just in a few hours. So I come out here and I do my first job by staring at a drawing and watching cop videos. I watch body cam videos. They're really fascinating. I've learned a lot about cops and the law and stuff like that just by watching like cop cam, body cam videos and stuff. Cop cam. Just random ones, usually like kind of started with like drunk drivers and stuff and how ridiculous people are when they get pulled over. Having been raised by a cop, I'm like pretty much like a saint when I'm around cops to a degree because it's not about being a bootlicker. It's about the fact that they can just like, with a flick of the wrist, they can ruin your life in a heartbeat. So it's best just to kind of be cordial with cops, I found. um, but I obviously know that cops do bad things and idiots do bad things too, and cops have to react to idiots doing bad things. So um, the videos I watch are really interesting with that kind of stuff because it's really weird. I mean, cops do have to obviously deal with some crazy ass, dumbass people, like stupid people that aren't complying. And I've seen it all now. I've seen like hundreds of videos of like body cam videos, and I've seen the ones where cops are cool and they're really patient with people. I've seen the ones where cops are assholes and like antagonizing people and making it way worse than they need to. But you know, it's not like all cops are good, all people are bad. It's just people are so fucking stupid these days. And I think like some of these videos should be shown in class, like schools. Just to be like, see, this is how it is. People are different across the board. People are the same across the board. It doesn't matter what uniform you're wearing or what name they call you or what skin you have. People are the same. They get pulled over. If you're black, if you're Asian, if you're white, if you're Martian, if you're fucking from Venus, whatever. Everybody always says the same stuff. And it's just like that with customer service too. It's just like that with customer service. People will walk in and see like something, like my boss was saying this the other day. There was, what was it? Something on the floor, like a dog, or his dog is on the floor. And everybody would come in and be like, "Oh, I thought it was a mat, like a throw rug or something like that, you know." And so one day somebody was coming in, they looked at him, and he was like, "Oh, you wait let me guess, you thought it was a mat or like a rug or something like that." His dog, and the person's like, "Yeah, how did you know?" And he was like, "Lucky guess." And that's the same thing. You can do that all the time, every day, no matter what religion you are, no matter all this bullshit. That's why I hate when people are like, "Oh, well, that person's gay, so you can't get mad at that person because they're gay." It's like, what? I'm I'm not gonna say what I am, but there are bad gay people. I don't know who needs to know that, but there are. There's bad gay white people, black people, Asian people, gay people. It can be bad. Black people can be bad. Everybody can be bad. I don't know where this is coming from. It's just this like mentality that people have where it's like, oh, because you look a certain way, they assume you're like a certain type of person. Like somebody would look at me and assume that I'm some kind of liberal or something like that these days. Because there's only two stupid ass choices in this country, and I don't care what people say. There's only two choices, and when you don't buy into either choice, people look at you like you're the enemy. Even your friends, and I think that's what has happened over the years too. I've like done it to myself by not like following or like yeah, following the herd when it comes to politics. I think that's a huge thing because people see me complaining or not complaining, but like detesting the Democrats and the corporate whores that they are, and fighting tooth and nail against the stupid ass righties and their stupid ass like religious little propaganda agenda that they have. And they don't like that because they think me going against Democrats is a vote for the Republicans. And I'm sure, well, the Republicans just never liked me anyways. Even if I was on their side, even if I was a full blown Christian, they would probably not like me because I wouldn't be one of them. Everybody wants somebody that walks, talks, and looks like them. And, or they'll use you as a token if they can. But then they'll throw you away the second they don't need you anymore. And both parties do that. I mean, they've done that for a long time. It's identity politics, my friends. Personality politics. Bunch of pigs. Bunch of pigs. A bay of pigs. Scary world we live in. Illusion of choice. Oh. Why am I drawing way up there? Because I see that up there and I want to fix it. But you can't see it, so I want to... Hey, hey, Passer. I was just ranting. I want to start like maybe I should start like a YouTube channel for Blight. That's the thing. Oh, Pastor, I was talking to that dude, Patrick from Phantom Stranger Records. I was telling you about from that. He's like, I have my art music down there and stuff in a record shop, and it's a place called Grover Beach in California. It's just like about like 40 minutes south of here on the highway. But if you find out where I live in Paso Robles, right, in California. If you look at Paso and then you look at the area around me, it's like, oh my gosh. If you look at it on a Google map or whatever, so you can see like how green and hilly it is and stuff too. Grover Beach is like right by the ocean, and if you look at Phantom Stranger Records, it's gosh, not even a half a mile from like this huge area where people park and like just go right onto the beach. But anyways, he's the gentleman Patrick. He and I were talking about. I wrote him around this time last week actually, and I said I threw out like my idea for like a movie, and then he wrote me back yesterday and he was like, I want to talk to you about that. So I'm gonna go down there probably, hopefully, maybe this week sometime. And I think somebody wanted one of my shirts in an extra large, so I'm gonna bring a few more shirts down there. And then I'm gonna talk to him about like how to get a movie going and what I should start doing and who to talk to and stuff. Because I know if I went on the road, even if it was just for a week, even if it was just for a weekend, if I like went to LA and back and just played like 2 or 3 shows as Blight Chokum, I think that would be really fun. And then to come back and just cut it all together and just make some kind of reel, like a little, not like a reel, like a for social media. I mean like an actual like reel to like shop around to. I don't know. I could talk to him about that, but like studios or something like that. Because in the end, it would be a feature length, and it would be a sort of like a prank comedy sort of thing, like Borat, but not. I keep saying that. But I'm gonna figure out a better way of describing it, because it's like Borat isn't it. If anything, it'd be like more like Ollie G, you know, because I could be playing different characters here and there, and like how he did in Ollie G, he had 3 different characters. He had Bruno, Borat, and Ollie, and God, man, that show was so freaking good. How cold is it up there? Well, yeah, and that's my thing, man. I mean, this is what I'm trying to make my work, and I think something like that could like shoot me. And this is like my ego talking, and this is my fantasy winning the lottery part of me, child dreamer talking. You know, of course, because I know reality is a whole lot different. But you know, I think something like that could potentially be a game changer if it was done right, you know, and if I had a team of people to work with, and I'm not even saying it has to be like my thing, but I just want to be, I need like a crew, like a small crew, like 2 or 3 people, to help me do things, and I feel like I could get where I want to go a lot faster. Is all I'm trying to say. Doing it yourself is exhausting. Plus, I have a whole life on the other side of all this stuff that I've been neglecting, and I'm good at neglecting things. Like I was saying, even like doctor's appointments, I just won't go. I'll set them up, but I just won't go. Like crucial doctor's appointments where I'm like, for my heart and stuff, and my veins. I don't like doctors. To be honest, the only doctor that I've ever loved was underneath the earth. He was in the hollow part of the flat earth. But that was back in the 60s. I don't even know if he's still alive. Ever since the genocide of 1812, I mean, aliens came and they took over, and you know, what's what who what's happening now? I just don't even know anymore. And this looks like a xenomorph. It looks like a xenomorph head, like in the face right there, maybe somewhere. I wish I would have. Darn it! I wish I would have done something with that first, and seen the xenomorph first, because I would have drawn a little xenomorph face in there with a little head or something like that. I like xenomorphs. I think they're cute. Jesus Christ! It's negative 25 years old. Whoa! I thought I was young. Ish. Old man, look at my wife. Isn't she beautiful now? I love that song. Old man, don't you look at my wife. I'm a lot like you. Young man, look at my 45 and I'm still alive. I used to know like hundreds of Neil Young songs. It's a great album too. played that for my dad a long time ago. He asked me to play it for him. It was a couple years since my grandpa had died, and I was playing it for my dad, and he started crying. I've never experienced anything like that before. Plus, my dad wasn't like a big fan of me playing guitar as a kid and stuff. He wasn't like that enthused about it. So it was always like a dirty secret. I think my dad was a little bit jealous of my creative outlets, or that I was just so unrelenting about it. Because I think that he had creative outlets, but they were smashed out of him by my grandpa. Joel, I would totally play that song for you, but YouTube will copyright this stream. But if I do if I make a short video, you know what I mean, and then like edit it together, I could easily use that song in that video, or huge parts of it, and probably not get copywritten, which is weird. I feel bad because I'm pretty sure his name was Mark. There's a collective of artists that have been around for a long time, since the mid '90s. God, that I wish that I could have. I actually asked one of the. Well, there are a bunch of bands and artists. They're from well, you probably have heard of Neutral Milk Hotel, but Neutral Milk Hotel is like a group of people that are in other groups too, and they're all part of a collective called the Elephant Six Collective down in Athens, Georgia. So they stretch from like Athens and like Florida all the way to Colorado and stuff. They have roots in Colorado. And Jeff Mangum, you know, he's a huge part of that. But Andrew Rieger from Elf Power, he and I are pretty good friends actually. And I think it was the day before yesterday. Mark from the circulatory system passed away. And I've just been thinking about him too. I was always hoping that I'd get to meet him, because Andrew and him are like really good friends, and he's played on like every freaking Elephant Six record you can imagine. He played with like Apples in Stereo, Olivia Tremor Control, I think. But he played with everybody, I think. You know, at some point he was a big part of that group, that collective, and it just makes me sad to think that he's gone. Excuse me. You can use it short because usually there's an artist mentioned in the blurb at the bottom. Yeah. I'm just like, and I'm seeing all these like tributes, you know, to him and stuff too, and I'm like, I don't know, just in a weird space today. Then I have to go work in a pet store closer to home today, which is kind of nice, even though I do like the one in Cambria. I just gonna be by myself for like 9 hours. It's just like, gosh, I don't think it's really good for my brain to be alone for that long right now, you know? It's kind of a shock to my system, to be honest. I'm like learning things about myself, and it's like I was gonna say earlier, it's like I feel like I'm complaining about a job that I should just be super freaking grateful to have, and I obviously am grateful, but when I got the job, I didn't know that I had to work by myself for like 9 hours a day, potentially. And I know it's not like that all the time, but it's like that apparently a lot, and it's hard to just be that face and be like, when people are being completely horrible to you for no reason. I just have a much harder time now ignoring it than I ever did before, because I've changed a little bit, and maybe that change means I could try to be a little bit more patient too. And I feel like I have been a lot more patient with people. I used to shake when people were mean to me and stuff, and I wouldn't be able to like talk and stuff because I was so like flustered. and I'd be messing up because they're just making me worse and worse and worse. But then, like I've been preaching, I practice what I preach because, it's all about how I let them affect me. And once they realize that they don't have any effect over you, just it's so funny to watch how their little world falls apart. I'm just talking about people that are awful to others for no reason. Or if you just like are just really nice to them, and they you can tell like one little slip, they're just like ready to jump all over you, like they've been waiting to do this for like years, and you're the person that it's gonna happen to. But then you don't give them that inch, and they're just like all flustered and weird too. It's just kind of funny. Like customer service is such a weird social experiment. It really is. Yeah. Because it's like, all of this like weirdness, and you're like, why are you talking to me like this? Like, who do you think you're? All these weird things. It's like, because all of my personalities come out too in the moment. Like I'm trying to be patient, I'm trying to be kind, but then the person in me that hates bullies, like it like starts surfacing, starts breaching, and I'm like, no, 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 go back down, go back, don't come out right now. Because sometimes I'm just like, what? Or this lady yesterday, she was like, "What does that say? Like, what does that say on the label?" I'm like, "Oh, well, it says the label's right there in the first ingredient." And she's like, "Well, yeah, but can you read it to me?" And I'm like, what exactly do you want me to read? Because people will literally do that. Can you read the bag to me? And I'm like, that's when it starts crossing the line between like, dude, I am not your fucking slave. I'm not your fucking servant. If it's like a little old lady, that's one thing, but it's usually some asshole, person who's carrying a little palm in their, pocket, and just treating you like shit anyways. And they're like, I need you to read that for me. I forgot my class. And you're just like, what? No, I'm not gonna read you a bedtime story. You're an adult. You should have brought your glasses. How are you driving a car if you can't, or whatever? It's like, how have you been in here for an hour looking at stuff and now you need glasses? How? Tracy, why? Get out of the store, Tracy. So I'm like, what's his name? Harry Carey? Like Phil or Will Ferrell doing? Harry Carey. Oh gosh. Anyways. Exactly. Exactly, Joe. Yeah, I can do. I don't get me wrong. I love being alone, Pastor, but like I'm good at it. But when you're doing customer service, it's different because you got to be. It's just a whole different frame of mind. You know what I mean? I'm a loner, believe me. But when it comes to like business and like making mistakes, because it's like I could easily do the job alone, but I've only been there for like over a month now, and they put me in a store on the busiest day of the year by myself. In a store that I haven't been in very often. And I'm not talking shit about, it's totally fine, but it was because it's really something that I really do want to work on and get better at. But it's also something that keeps me motivated with this kind of stuff, with my art, to do this. Someday I won't have to do those kinds of jobs that make me feel inhuman, like I'm not human. Because there's one thing about customer service that you gotta know right away. Sorry, I went away for a second, I think. All it takes is one person, and then it's like all I can think. And I've heard this before too, like from other people. It's like that's the only thing they can think about for the rest of the night. It's like, why was that person? So that's the thing though, right there. It's a matter of pinpointing it and being like Joel just said, like, it's not a matter of being angry with them. It's a matter of being like, wow, imagine if this thing right here is the end all be all to this person's sanity, and this is the thing that tips them over. How imagine what it is like for them in other aspects of their life that are actually difficult, you know. And then it's easy to empathize. Then you can empathize. But sometimes in the heat of the moment, as you know, Joel, because it sounds like you know, in the heat of the moment, it's easy to not feel at all and just to be like kind of like heartless and be like, no, I'm not going to do that. But then give me 3 seconds to think about it. And that's what's different about me now is like, give me 3 seconds longer and then I can fix whatever is going on, because I just need that 3 seconds to calm down and let the kindness kind of kick that, breaching monster in the face. Down to the shallows, you beast. Wait, the shallows? Down to the shallow depths, you You beast. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Maybe we'll understand. Maybe we'll understand someday. Maybe we'll understand. Maybe we'll understand someday. Maybe we'll understand. And maybe it'll be something good. If God knows everything, if God knows anything at all, if God knows everything, if God knows anything at all, if God knows everything, how come He keeps us in the dark? Mom and Dad are afraid. Mom and Dad are afraid of me. If Mom and Dad are afraid, Mom and Dad are afraid of me. If Mom and Dad are afraid, what the hell good is a family tree? What are my friends gonna say about me? All right. I haven't shaved in a few days. Encore. I think my guitar. Shit. I think it's the cold out here is affecting it because it's doing that twangy thing. It wasn't doing it after I fixed it. I know it's out of tune. blue between your eyes has me opened up the sky. Maybe then you'll find your place somewhere in some distant space. Come back to me, come back to me, come home to me. The awful blue between your eyes has me locked in endless sight, where my hair can find a home. Baby, you're no longer alone. Come back to me, come back to me, come home to me. To me, the awful blue inside my veins pushes blood towards my brain. Maybe then you'll find your place and sit with me in that long distant space. Come back to me, come back to me, come home to me. I like the ukulele too. But I'm gonna be shoving off now. So, hope you're warm, hope you're safe, hope you're healthy and happy. And for your families too. Happy Saturday, everybody. Bye, Pastor. Bye, Joel. Bye, Mallory. was that Mallory? Bye, Mallory. Hi, Mallory. Take care.